I've talked before about not pre-qualifying to the negative before you do a presentation. That's apologizing ahead of time that something isn't exactly right. People will get up and say, oh, I'm sorry, but I left some of my slides at home, or my PowerPoint isn't working today. We'll have to do without it. Don't tell them. They didn't know you were going to do a PowerPoint presentation, so don't let them know ahead of time. In my presentations, I use magic. I'm a professional magician as well as a professional speaker. And as a magician, one of the things I learned is when something goes wrong with a trick, you keep moving. You don't change, you don't do whatever. I was doing a card trick one time, and the trick, you sit there and you have the person pick a card. And then they put it back into the deck, and they're supposed to slide in the deck, and you use a special technique where you're controlling where that card is. And so I did that, and I had the card held in a certain position, and then suddenly my hand slipped and the card disappeared into the deck. There was no way I had any idea what card they chose. But they didn't know that. So I then said, hey, okay, let's go ahead. And then I said, okay, pick another card. And they picked another card. They remembered that one. I went ahead, held the position right that time, continued on, did a few other tricks. And at some point during the trick, I said, by the way, what was your first card? They told me what the first card was, and I found it in the deck and maneuvered it into a position where I could make the second card they chose, which I then made appear, and then I magically held that card up with the back of the card facing them, and I said, you remember the first card you picked? I said, if I shake the second card you picked, and I shake it just like this, and I turned it over, and there was their first card. They had no idea that I had totally lost control of it, and they'd forgotten that I actually asked them, what was the card? You see, I just kept going. I didn't tell them ahead of time, oh, I screwed up, and then start the trick over. Because people don't know what you're going to do. They think I meant to do that from the beginning. So give it your best shot, do the best you can, and believe me, you'll come across just fine. Don't miss out. Be sure to hit the red button on the lower right and subscribe. That way, every time we release a video, you'll be aware of it.